Hello everyone, my name is Fernando Andrade. I'm a full-time artist and I'm here to share with you today 16 easy drawing techniques that will help you improve your drawings and get you from this to this. I hope you stick with me to the end because I'll be sharing with you one of my favorite techniques. I'm using a Bristol board drawing book, but you can definitely use any paper that you have or sketchbook. For the pencils, I'm using different tones, a 2H, a B, a 2B, and a 5B. Also a pencil holder. Vertical hatching. Hatch from top to bottom. In the first case, the marks will be quick and loose and will vary from start to finish. In the second case, it's easier to control the distance between the hatches and the pressure applied to the lead, making it smooth and even. Horizontal hatching. Just as we did on the vertical, these will be horizontal, and I'm starting from left to right because I'm left-handed, but you can definitely start from right to left. I would suggest keeping the lines closer together. In this example, I was trying to keep them a bit apart so it could be easier to show in the camera. Incline hatching or diagonal hatching. Now place the lines from one corner to the opposite corner in one direction. Cross hatching. Begin with either horizontal, vertical, or diagonal lines. Next, add intersecting lines going in opposite directions. With this technique, you can build different tones by adding again horizontal, vertical, or even adjusting the angle of the diagonal lines. The more cross hatching you do, the darker the tone will get. Radial hatching. Start your marks at the center and work rows of short diagonal hatching out until you get to the edge of the paper. I don't use all these techniques in the same piece, but some more than others, but I do recommend you just practicing. More than anything, trying to get a feel for the pressure of the pencil. Expressive hatching. The softest lead, such as a 6B, I'm using a 5B here, is best for this technique. Use random and intermittent lines, changing the pressure applied to the lead and the direction throughout. Sometimes I use this technique for the hair when I'm doing a portrait, or sometimes for clothing. Contour lines. These are smooth marks of varying distances apart made by applying pressure to the lead. Feathering. For the maximum effect, use a soft lead such as a 6B or 5B. Adding plenty of pressure, apply a dark layer of graphite. You can choose to take a scrap piece of paper, a pre-rolled paper stump, or in my case I'm using a soft brush to rub the area until the marks are soft and well blended. I like combining this feathering technique with the cross hatching, as I feel it adds more depth to my drawings. Loops. Make random open, close, small, medium, and large loops. Practice changing the loop's direction, the distance between them, the density of hatching, and the pressure applied to draw a line to see how many variations you can create. Again, this is a great exercise that would help you understand and get used to your pencils and also the pressure. It's important to be able to control different directions of line. Dots or stippling. Hold your pencil perpendicular to the paper while applying pressure. Using a hard lead, such as a 2H, will result in light, thin dots, while using the softer lead, like a 6B, will leave dark and thick dots. Notice that the closer you place the dots together, the darker the area looks. Dotted lines. You can elongate dots to form rows of dashes. By varying the length, width, and overall placement of the dashes, these can be used to make interesting patterns. I've used this technique for backgrounds such as skies and water. I'm not applying too much pressure to this pencil. It's a 5B soft lead. Zigzag lines. Without raising the pencil from the paper, start from one point and draw diagonally, getting longer and then shorter again until you have a square. You can use this technique to create the silhouette of any shape by following its outline and changing the length of each line. Interwoven textures. Create the look of woven fabric by hatching it random directions all over the page. Vary the angles and shapes of your hatching to make it more visually interesting. Basque weaving patterns. Alternate between vertical and horizontal hatching, drawing the same number of strokes for each to make the rolls that resemble the texture of a basket. Wavy lines. Start with long strokes of various shapes. Add more lines inside the shapes. Follow the existing contours. This is how Zen tangles are created and can be quite meditative to draw. Scribbling. While never lifting your pencil, draw triangular, square, oval shapes all over the paper. Add contrast by applying a lot or a little pressure while varying the distance apart in line. Next is one of my favorite techniques. Start with a shaded shape. You can choose to do a cross hatching or a feathering. This technique can also be used if you're using charcoal or water-soluble graphite. So next, I'm going to feather with a brush. Moving the brush in different directions to soften the marks from the pencil. One of the best drawing tools in my opinion. I've been drawing for over 20 years and just recently started using it about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's had a tremendous impact on my work, especially bringing in the highlights after I finish a drawing. Sometimes I sand the tip of the eraser or use an X-Acto knife to get a very fine point and bring in highlights, for example, inside the eyes or on the nose, lips, clothing. By bringing the highlights, I feel like it creates a more realistic drawing. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for sticking with me to the end. Thanks for watching.